And we are back. We've got two more series for you here this evening. It's been a day of 3 Overwatch so far. Will that change? Well, it's time to find out. Coming up next, we have the Dynasty going up against PANTHERA. Hello, I'm Achilleos here with Avril, and we'll be guiding you guys through the last two series this evening.
Really interesting day so far. I think both of our top-end matches in yesterday's Infernal versus Hangzhou Spark game and today's Showdown as well, a little bit one-sided, you know, anticlimactic, a little bit 3-0. I expected a little bit more, but yeah, maybe the way things are right now in the East is Infernal, maybe a bit of a tear gap, Hangzhou Spark, bit of a tear gap, Guangzhou Charge, who knows? Transitive property, still have yet to see Infernal play Charge. Maybe it could be a three-way triangle. We'll have to find that out later on as we're going to go and revisit Seoul Dynasty and Shanghai Dragons for the rest of the evening, but not against each other versus some contenders teams.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the time for both these teams to kind of, you know, break away from the bottom. So far, we've seen, you know, Poker Face very much kind of getting blown out of the water there from the side of the Dallas Fuel with that 3-0. Dynasty, after losing to the Dragons yesterday, absolutely need to dominate in this matchup. Otherwise, there's going to be so many doubts cast across this roster. So we're looking to see if they can be dominant, but also if PANTHERA are going to be able to get that upset and take down an OWL squad. So we'll have to just wait and see when that happens. And then also, of course, with our last series of the evening, Dreamers, some changes there, but we're kind of the world beater teams during the midseason madness run, trying to get qualified for that, going up against a very reinvigorated Shanghai Dragons, seemingly with Fate in that tank lineup. So a lot of questions around both of these OWL squads, as well as the contenders one, as far as who's going to be able to come out on top. But again, going into this Dynasty versus PANTHERA one, it does feel like there's a hell of a lot more pressure riding on them at the moment.
Yeah, PANTHERA as well, looking over towards their side, losing Fate to the Shanghai Dragons. They've had to replace them with Jasmine. Develops back on this lineup. There's still like 3 Overwatch League, ex-Overwatch League players here. Developed that you probably remember from the Guangzhou Charge. You got Becky from LA Valiant last year. Nice, who played for Toronto Defiant, which feels like a couple of years ago now, at least 2. So still a decent team. Personally, I think Nice is still a really good player, and he's out there trying to prove himself, looking for another run back into the Overwatch League. We've had a little bit of that happening so far with various bits of players that even just off the knockout games from spring stage managed to find their way back into the league, which is the reason why we've had a decent amount of shakeup for our qualified 4 contenders teams that have made it here into the regular season. But a big test, as you say, for the Seoul Dynasty, who did not look good yesterday versus a refurbished, slightly refurbished, with Fate added into the lineup, Shanghai Dragons.
They did in the first map. We can give them that. You know, that Oasis was, I mean, they almost let it get away from them in the one round, but they were able to come back because it was like, what, 199 and then 167%. If that's correct, then good God, my memory. But that looked one side, and we're like, okay, maybe Shanghai is going to need some more time with Fate back into the roster since he's been away for, you know, half the season, yada, yada, yada. And then it was a complete pivot after that. Every single time we got into an objective mission with like a cart or whatever, like hybrid escort into push, that was just the Dragons having their number, and Dynasty couldn't really hold a candle to them in any regard. We saw some up moments from the likes of like Lee Soo-min and whatnot. Prophet, of course, regularly delivering with that Tracer play. But compared to Viper, even there, they had the upper hand. We'll take a look, though, at the starting 5. It's exactly what we saw yesterday, of course.
I see Void ends up getting some game time today as well, still on that bench. You need to see particular maps to come through, I think, something that would justify the Sigma. Maybe if you were willing to play Ram the entire way through. I'm getting a little bit of a sneak preview on the maps today. I'm not too sure any of them are going to be particularly favorable for Void Zero. Also, Bellistry or Winston, you're coming back into play today. You're going to need to see, I think, a lot more coordination between the Easy Hunt, Prophet, Bellistry, and Dive trio. Seoul Dynasty themselves, over the course of the first half of the season, there's been changes. Bellistry's been in and out of the roster. Void's been in and out of the roster. Prophet's even been in and out of the roster. The other Prophet has left the team, and so this trio, this damage lineup plus the tank, it's not been consistent. Not a single one of them has been a consistent factor. Prophet, probably the most of them, but even then, you need a little bit more than one guy.
You definitely need more than one guy. Prophet is that guy, but it's not good enough to be able to, you know, get wins and be at the top of the region like they have been in the past. On the opposite side, though, we're already talking about them, and, you know, plenty of familiar faces here. We'll see what damage Hangzhou PANTHERA can do, and I mean, we also see develop in the support role, actually.
Yep. So I've been informed this is not a troll. This is real. I mean, I don't think you'd come in day one Overwatch League regular season and develops like, I'm just going to roll the dice on a support today. No, I think this is a legitimate role swap. He got listed as actual flex player on the team, meaning he could move around a couple of different roles. His role wasn't actually defined. I think it's a very competitive DPS lineup anyway between Nice, Becky, and Develop. All three. These are the three ex-Overwatch League players. And all could have various justifications for starting in the lineup, depending on what you want to do that particular day in that particular matchup. We haven't seen Develop on a support before. So this is going to be brand new, I think, for everybody. World
debut. We'll see how this does look. I mean, imagine if it was troll. Imagine if that's just how low their opinion of the dynasty is. Develop says, you know what, I can play support and we'll still win.
Surely there ain't no way. There just ain't no way, right?
There is absolutely not, but it would be very funny. It'd be very, very funny. But we will take a look at the somber players here between EasyHan and Nice. EasyHan having a bit of a rough time going up against Hisu. You know, obviously a very known quantity when it comes down to that, and Hisu has always been one of the top players in that regard. But it's still rough showing from EasyHan. Wasn't really finding value nor multiple targets when it came down to those EMPs.
I'm gonna be real as well. EasyHan, it's not one of his normal heroes that he was super famous for in contenders or in the LA Valiant. When you think about EasyHan, what are his best heroes? I mean, we casted some glorious moments on him from Cassidy last year, and beyond that, it's the hard hit scans. I would even say the Trace is a little bit more comfortable for EasyHan, so he's stepping into a bit of a meta where you're kind of forced to play the Sombra, and maybe that's just not the best for Seoul Dynasty. It's almost like they've swapped out Lil P, Little Profit for another player that might just end up in the same sort of situation where, oh damn, it's still a Sombra meta, and 2 times in a row you don't have like the most comfortable Sombra player.
Yeah, we'll see how this does look from the outset. Plenty to prove, plenty to redeem on the side of the Dynasty after the opening loss yesterday. Still just can't quite get the better of the Dragons, but need to be able to get the better of these contender squads if they want to avoid being in that 10th place position. See how they fare, as Busan will be the opening map once more for us. Jump in, it's home territory for every single player, so no one gets an advantage.
But especially for the Seoul Dynasty, because they're called Seoul, and yes, I know Busan is a different city, but it's close enough, damn it. I'm gonna take it.
I mean, hey, if Kongdu PANTHERA has some players from Busan, maybe that would give them the edge. I actually have no idea as far as
invade Busan, make it all Seoul. Why isn't the whole country just Seoul? I mean, it basically is, really.
As far as population density goes, it's a very large percentage here, yes.
All of South Korea is Seoul and Jeju Island as far as I'm concerned. Let's head out now on to Sanctuary. EasyHan on the Ash. Here we go. This is a comfort pick for EasyHan. Talk about comfort picks. Ballless Rio. We ballin', baby.
Well, we are. I thought maybe we would see this a bit yesterday from the likes of Mag, but even he wasn't opting to go for it. Ballless Rio out the gate, operating with that ball.
Because Mag was trying to win, that's why.
I mean, that's a fair point, but hey, who knows? Maybe Ballless Rio can get it done. Jasmine for now going to be the recipient of that Discord orb, getting poked quite low. Pile driver forward, Ballless Rio looking to pressure him out. Profit goes off here onto the flank angle. Develop kind of just jumping out into the front of him. Puts a little bit of damage down, but so far kill's not going to be found. Recall, sorry, going to be forced out of Becky. I clearly have to wake up a little bit more. Ballless Rio going to be down low. The shield's trying to keep him alive, and hope the last little tag will find the first kill as he goes down. Opening cap was there, but the flip is going to be quickly found to the side of the Dynasty, despite not having a tank. In control for now, can take a lead, but Profit going to be finished off by Slay. Becky goes chasing around the sides, looking for a little bit more. Doesn't want to push right up against EasyHan, it would seem, but counter flip is going to be there. PANTHERA back in control.
You're starting to see the weaknesses of this Seoul Dynasty ball lineup as well, this composition. The issue is you're playing ball into a ton of ball counters. It's Tracer, Sombra, and Anna. All 3 heroes kind of ruin ball's day. PANTHERA starting to get that lead going now. They've lost the early cap, but they're firmly in the lead, just waiting for the EMP next. You can tell that Nice is, I mean, they're trying to chase for kills, and Nice is like, I want some of that damage, because you still got to build that EMP, but everyone else is just doing so much on this team.
Yeah, 72% in that regard. EasyHan nearly with the Bob. Both support ults available at the moment here for the side of PANTHERA. Becky going to get pressured low. Pops that recall, keeps himself safe for the time being. His Profit continues on the chase. A little bit of extra damage down. Ballless Rio is just going to be occupying the point, threatening this flip here. Hack does come across, however, he's going to be falling low. Pops that shield, doesn't get too much. At least he's been just dead to Jasmine once more. Now the Primal's in. Krillin taken down. EasyHan just getting juggled around, just getting knocked closer and closer to the spawn room, but won't be able to make it through. Jasmine coming up with 3 kills off the Primal. Huge value. Point still in their control. 61% established, and they only had to use 2 ults.
That is the superior tank ultimate, the Primal Rage. pretty much the best tank ult that we have instead of Annihilation. Nice twin, really aggro onto that one, and Lee Suman just pops back into spawn.
Yeah, I think a bit overzealous with that one, but all the same, still keeps them zoned back, at least for the time being. So buying some space here for the side of PANTHERA as they get closer and closer to final fight territory. Threat on the flip coming through. Transcendence has to be burned here from Lee Suman. Not quite when he wants to use this, but the pulse bomb makes it absolutely necessary. Now they're without that, and the rally is going to be popped from Slay, now matched by Krillin on the opposite side. A bit of pressure here on a Jasmine. Nade comes down, Develop looking for the sleep dart there on Bellsfree, and he manages to nail it. Easy Han now in the meantime going to be taken down by Nice. Slay will fall. Krillin finding that elimination. Now Jasmine taken down by Bellsfree as well. Still though need the flip. The mine taking out Develop should certainly help this to come through. They can now gain control, but it's 97% already set up here for the side of PANTHERA, so they get the flip, they get the win.
Good pressure put onto Develop there as well. You can see that Develop was trying to find that nano boost. Desperate to heal up Jasmine as well, who was on critical HP, and Bellsfree just kind of rolls up, slams down, gets slept, but creates the space required. And all memes aside about creating space and zoning there, Develop did get zoned off, and he did get really put under pressure there, costing him the lives of many of the teammates. And an opportunity for Dynasty to start getting a bit of an ult lead back if they can.
Halfway there as far as the percentage is concerned. Hack on Jasmine takes him low. He's going to try to jump out. Pulse bomb all lobbed in, hoping for the connection, but Prophet going to be a bit shy of that mark. Easy Han, however, will take down Nice as he tries desperately to catch up towards this EMP, having since swapped over. 15 some odd percent off. Not too far to go. If Nice can find value this time around, then that could just be the end of Sanctuary here.
Just one fight, right, PANTHERA? They're gearing up for the one big Doom push. 4 ultimates about to be online. Huge amount of resources to pile into this one, with Lee Suman really desperately trying to get this Transcendence up. It's the only thing that can essentially save them, and needs to save them against a lot. Has to get huge value.
For Develop, knocks him up into the air and thinks maybe he's going to die, so he does send out this nano boost over to Jasmine to try to keep him in the fight, just in case. Now Primal going to be popped, just beating them away from the point, but they need to contest this one here pretty damn soon. Jasmine going to be taken down. EMP now online. Insta pop. That's going to be Lee Suman taken down. Krillin as well falling. Now supportless. 3 players here, all with ultimates, trying to fight their way back in here to keep control of this point. I'm going to be sent out. Only just find some mines. The flip is there. PANTHERA in control. Contests at the very last second for Prophet, but he's dead. Just trying to dash away. And Becky just holds down left click to be able to finish him off. Easy Han occupies it for a brief little moment. Bellsfree now crashing back through. The EMP from Easy Han goes across, finds Jasmine. They're looking for the elimination, but it's still not found. Alive. Jasmine's still alive. The heal's just getting pumped forward here into this Winston. They keep him in the fight. Rally now rolling. Krillin trying to keep them in this one. Transcendence going to be used. Slay gets taken down. Nice down to a sliver of HP. Has to translocate away. The flip getting ready to come through here from the side of Dynasty. If they can just clear the point. The Discord Orb is working wonders. Jasmine has to leap away. OT bleeds down. And somehow, some way, Dynasty managed to secure this round.
I mean, there just ain't no way. PANTHERA, they had that 5 versus 3 at one point. Both Krillin and Lee Suman down. Solo EMP from Nice, and I think it's totally worth because you get rid of the Transcendence. You know it's going to be the key ultimate in the fight. And PANTHERA massively in the lead. They had Minefield on, not Minefield on point, but they had basically Prophet to deal with, who went for the touch. Prophet gets a touch. Bellsfree barely managed to come back in, and because Bellsfree just lives, I guess one thing that Ball does a fantastic job of doing, staying the heck alive. Seoul Dynasty, they eventually pile back on in. They get their own EMP off, double support ultimates, and they flip it over. PANTHERA lose the damage output required to be able to clean up Seoul Dynasty despite being so far ahead. Wacky last fight. PANTHERA let that one slip through their fingers.
We're gonna hurt, but now we're just gonna go back to parity here between the two compositions, mirrored across the board as we are now on downtown. Bellsfree just looking to play the high ground, drops in, looking for developers. Hack goes through onto Slay, and they will be able to find him. At least Suman's gonna be traded at the same time. It's actually gonna be a trade up, but now equalizes. Prophet also just find the opposing brigade up. Supportless on either side. Bellsfree down to a sliver, so eventually PANTHERA managing to persevere here. This Jasmine just dances around the bubble, looks to go ahead and just get the cap in first and foremost once more.
Seoul Dynasty trying to slow this one down. Yeah, Prophet's out. Because Prophet's out, no one else can touch. Easy Han's gone. Bellsfree are dead. Seoul Dynasty will end up losing the opening fight to PANTHERA. I'm up a little bit stronger than they were earlier on Sanctuary, but they lost that additional 9% at the start. There's Bellsfree under pressure. Slay, though, low HP.
Pushing up into the bubble to finish him off. Becky, as well as Nice, is getting up into his grill. Managed to find that kill. It's going to allow them to hold this point for a bit longer this time around. Saw them, flip it at 7%, then gain it back again after 9. Easy Han cleaned up here for some additional stagger. The support's just kind of stuck here into the side room. Eventually should be falling. Pulse Bomb even committed to the fight just to try to guarantee them they can get these staggers. Jasmine, in the meantime, quite low. Will get finished off by Krillin, and suddenly this could be a tempo shift here in favor of the Dynasty. But that EMP comes through. Look at the eliminations, but so far nothing found. Rally popped as well. Krillin keeps everybody alive as they work their way over to the point.
Issueman next for the Nano. Seoul Dynasty have a lot to use here. They have to pull in everything to be able to win this one. Nano might have to go to Krillin if he's low HP.
They're not even on the point, but now the Velvet is going to be taken down. Nano was used. Slay the recipient of that one. Rally is ready. Might use that on the back end of this primal. It's Jasmine just going to be anti, taking a nap. Woken up now. Looks to jump back in, and he just gets melted in midair. Absolutely decimated. With the kills coming in, that's certainly going to be the flip. Dynasty now in control, but he still got 64% for PANTHERA.
I mean, there's two ways to look at this one. One, you could say the Dynasty got that fight really cheap, but the other side of that coin is to say they got it really slowly as well. As you mentioned, 64 for PANTHERA when Dynasty, in my opinion, were ahead. They could have used the EMP, could have used the Nano Boost. Super conservative, didn't want to play anything into that particular fight, and I think they let too much percentage get away from them. 64% is in the end of the day, but that's a lot for PANTHERA before Seoul Dynasty, despite winning the fight early on, finally got the flip over.
Okay, well, Becky getting taken down. Already a nice boon here in the opener, and Jasmine just trying to further put some pressure here onto the point and build up to the primal. Ends up getting punished pretty quickly. Dynasty at least gets them up pretty decently as Nice just goes off the side of the map. Translocator must have been destroyed.
That is a really rough way to reset. You take the train back to spawn is what that one is, and Seoul Dynasty essentially get a free fight win because you got one pick, one reset. It's likely that they know Nice doesn't have EMP either because he's clearly going for farming at the moment. Easyhan needs to just not get spotted and play for his EMP until overtake the 64 this fight.
Becky trying to play sneakily here is going to be noted. Steez leaves him in up onto the high ground, and Jasmine goes diving in. He gets absolutely decimated. Easyhan pulling out that EMP. This sets him up for disaster. Becky as well now going to be taken down, and Dynasty in control with nearly 4 ultimates ready to rock. Things start looking very dangerous here for the side of PANTHERA.
Yep. And they should, they being Dynasty here, should know what the game plan is as well. The EMP should have revealed. Nice also has EMP, clearly now coming up over towards the rally. Double support ultimates. Also have Valistria on the primal, which means just 3 avenues of survivability. And unless this nice EMP just deletes the support, and it's not going to do that because Krillin gets saved by the Nano.
Yep, gets saved by the Nano. Now the rally's rolling. The pulse bomb from Becky not going to find the execution, but Prophet on the opposite side will be able to take down Develop Slay. Just cannot keep him alive with a rally of his own. HP bars across the board, dangerously low. Nice, needing to find a health pack somewhere, but it's 99% here. What's coming through is Belstria is playing off the point, so Kong to PANTHERA nearly get this one. Recontest does come through the very last second, but the flip is there, so now Dynasty do need to retake this one. Belstria, realizing this, joins in with Prophet to go ahead and get this counter flip back into their favor. Cleanups now. 4 players are dead. Develop, I don't even think he's going to be able to touch. Will just go down for an extended team kill, and that's going to be a 2-0, as Dynasty will kick off Busan with a win.
Yeah, really clean, especially that second round. The first one, not so much. That one needed some adjustments. In fact, I wasn't confident the Seoul Dynasty were even going to take away Sanctuary, but get to downtown, things are much more comfortable. And the really interesting thing about these 2 rounds, well, I would have imagined that if you were Easyhan and you wanted to play the Ashe, you bring out the Ashe, traditionally would have been more acceptable on the downtown map rather than Sanctuary. I mean, you could do it on both, but imagine trying to play a ball comp with the Ashe. Ashe has no protection. It's no surprise that Easyhan ended up getting the swap. I'm just amazed that Seoul Dynasty pulled that one through, showing the tenacity, the grit of the team, and also the experience. There it is, 1-0.
A 1-0 start here for the side of the Dynasty. A bit of a shaky start, but a very solid finish. Stuck the landing at the end of it, but now we'll see how they fare. Because again, they won control yesterday. They were able to take that away from the Dragons, and then things started falling apart for them as we got into hybrid, etc. So we'll see if that's going to be a similar story, or if they will in fact be able to hold a candle against Hongju PANTHERA when we come back. And we are back. Dynasty fans rejoice. They won the first map, but then hold your excitement until they can win another map, because as I was saying before the break, we saw them take down the Dragons on Control, and then things fell apart. Is it going to be a similar story, or will they have the upper hand here today versus PANTHERA?
What's funny is I think, and you know, don't quote sources, I just made it up, but I'm pretty sure no matter what happens for the rest of the season in the second half, doesn't matter what Seoul Dynasty's result is today, Infernal, they could be the best team in this entire region. I think the Seoul Dynasty still beats the Infernal. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it will just happen.
I mean,
probably on 5 maps, and probably with Infernal doing the most glorious choke you've ever seen.
Maybe the cycle can be broken. We did see Florida 3-0 the Outlaws after all.
Right.
So it is possible to break the cycle. You can break 3. We'll have to just see. And I imagine the Dynasty developing some dark-esque timeline to be able to try to go back in time and fix everything so that everything doesn't happen the way that it does, but then it just keeps happening. Maybe eventually they'll figure it out. We'll find out, though, as we get ready to go into Midtown. See if the Dynasty can, in fact, get that 2-0 beginning.
Well, PANTHERA there, develop on support. Experiment didn't really work out too well on Busan. Not saying that it was his fault in particular, just saying that was the weird quirk of the team. The ball experiment somehow ended up working for the Seoul Dynasty, and
barely.
To Midtown. We actually got to find out, I didn't catch it, we didn't change positions, did we? Is Develop still on support? He didn't change, did he?
Nope, no subs whatsoever, no swaps to my knowledge. So
what's interesting is they have an actual like support play on the thing called a Peach, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. Look, PANTHERA can make this work. Again, not saying it's his problem at all. Seoul Dynasty seem to be playing quite well today, especially on that second round on downtown. No shenanigans, no experimentation. Just Winston, Tracer, Sombra. The groundhog this day out. Get it done. That's all I gotta say. I'm out.
Fair enough. All right, mic drop. Avral's done. I'll be solo casting the rest of this broadcast. Maybe he'll return for Dreamers versus Shanghai. We'll find out. But for now, it is going to be first in the defense here for PANTHERA. Dynasty on the attack. And some initial shots across. Then the swap. Belstria back over onto the Winston.
The aggressive.
I thought you were just going to stay silent. I thought you were just
would have been funny. But
I thought you were just going to let me go.
I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to leave you hanging.
I was ready for it. I would have found it hilarious.
I do leave a little bit of intentional dead air sometimes just to let the game breathe. A little bit of that happening there. So PANTHERA were playing quite aggressively. They pulled back a decent amount now. A few players even drawn backwards to the point. So Dynasty though. This could just be I was going to say maybe it's a slow approach, waiting for the nano. No, Prophet just gets a 1v1 kill.
He does. Belstria going to be slept, knocked up the high ground, but getting a punish. Still going to be, very difficult. It's nice. It's just pinned up here into the corner, but
Translocate's like 2 feet backwards.
Yeah. Blink and you miss it, but yeah, he's right there. Does not get punished though. It's still under fire, but has a very solid lead as Easy Hunt's going to be taken down, but the cap is already in. It's 5.5 minutes, just about now into the time bank. And oh boy, the wheels are coming off.
Wow. PANTHERA went missing from that defense real damn quick. And just as we move away from this point, I just want to remind everyone, if you look at the fire truck to the right where Lee Min was, it's a very different looking fire truck than the one that we push as a payload. I don't know why. It's very strange. What it means in the Overwatch world, we have normal looking fire trucks, then we have whatever that thing is.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's to take the people along. I don't know. Either way, Prophet gets a kill.
Again.
Develop gets taken down. This one's not to put out fires, it's just to transport the firemen themselves, I suppose. Prophet, however, will end up falling on the back into that one nice little punish from Jasmine, leaping up onto the high ground. False bomb from Becky. Not going to be finding an elimination, as this is one of the scrappiest fights that I've seen in a damn long while. Primal Rage rolling from the side of Jasmine. Nano's out of the Krillin, though, however, to keep him alive. We'll be able to do just that, and the push can now resume.
Let's get the EMP going nice. That'll be the next step for PANTHERA. Here it drops onto 2, and not enough damage at all. I mean, is fine. He's chilling.
Yeah, he just breaks line of sight. Doesn't really particularly care too much, I suppose, that Becky is beaming him from above. Becky, however, is moving up quite quickly towards this next pulse bomb. very much surpassing Prophet, who had used his first develop. Going to be EMP'd, throws out that nano over to Jasmine before getting to take it down. Krillin going to be traded on the opposite side of things, however. It's nice finds that elimination.
Nice.
It's just going to go back and forth. Neither team with supports once again. Feels like the third time this has happened so far in the series, since only halfway through the first map. The second map,
the push though, because while this 3v3 is happening, Dynasty are getting more and more push happening.
Yeah.
They're letting this one fall away from them.
I don't know, Panthera just not being great about contesting the objectives thus far. They will be able to stop it.
He's been sneaking that payload distance this entire way through. Whether it's fight, win, fight, loss, no matter the game state. Now it's time to get into the territory where, okay, what other ultimates coming online? Primal is going to be the answer for Velas. He's been holding on to that one for a while.
Shuckling him around into the side room, eventually does exit. False bomb chucked out. Prophet not going to find too much of anything for that one. Back into the opposite side, looking for Krillin, gets the stick. Nicely done. Great maneuvering around the staircase to be able to find him. Lisa Min just kind of stuck to the lintel of the door. Will eventually be taken down. Yes, that's a real thing. And Velasria now going to fall as well. So very handily won fight here from the side of Panthera.
But Prophet again just pushed the payload further. So actually, despite losing, Dynasty got, I don't know how many more meters, but they got out of the car wash. They actually got under the underpass. Not every underpass is a car wash, FYI, but they managed to get to the end of B essentially. So they really lose. I mean, they kind of lose, but objectively they won as well. So they didn't really lose that hard. That's what the moral of the story is, as both the EMPs about to come online. Panthera can start retreating the payload distance if they can snowball this EMP a little bit. Nice in a decent position. Sees the Ana, but would like a little bit more than just a solo.
For the hack on the Prophet. He does get it, but already dashed out, so punish not going to be found. EMP at the ready. Who's the target going to be? It's both supports right now corralled together. Lisa Min and Krillin. Thanks. Glued to the hip. Nice does reveal though. Shifts down to the low ground, trying to come around the flank. Waits. Stealth now at the ready. This looks like Dynasty's widely going to be shifting up to the high ground.
The longer this takes, the better it is for Panthera. So you actually respect that Nice is not really forcing anything just yet, waiting for the better opportunity, knowing that payload is stuck currently, and while that's happening, time is just slowly bleeding out.
Okay, EMP first from Easy Han though. Develop into the back line. The dive comes through. They managed to find that elimination, but Nice does exactly the same, and Krillin gets caught up. Talking about it, these guys stuck together, end up falling. Velasria now has to exit down low on HP. Easy Han and Prophet just going to be lingering as much as they possibly can to try to get some ult charge here, but the push cannot resume despite having a monstrous time at the beginning. Easy Han even dies at the back end. Despite how much time they had, it's now down to 1:20. So that's about, what, 4 minutes bought?
Panthera slowed the game down quite a lot. Hovered the EMP over the top of Dynasty, made them scared, made them split. Easy Han actually went in for it, but the counter dive was just as good from Panthera, in fact better. So we're looking at a real possibility of B-hold here, but still, the nano from Lee Sumin, the game changer play, and Jasmine. Ooh, nearly died there.
Swam out. And not finding anything but Becky on the opposite side. Lee Sumin once more. Nano not in this fight. 48 seconds remaining. Any additional kills? Just that much more stagger here for the side of Panthera to help ensure this hold. And Krillin dies really late.
You know what, there was a good start for Dynasty as well, because they forced the Primal out. They just had to sort of survive for the duration of the Primal, play through their ultimates afterwards, and keep their supports alive. Becky Pulse Bomb, what a catch. Saw that one off screen. That ruins Dynasty's game plan. Now we're into OT. Still strong ultimates, but in a situation where Nice can be the one to stop this push once more, we've cycled back into another Nice DMP.
See where the supports are again. Nearby, Krillin playing back here with Lee Sumin. EMP comes through. It's just going to be on the Velasria, and ensuring that he cannot use that primal rage.
Lee Sumin.
Yeah, and Nano just wasn't there either. Krillin now going to be the recipient of it. Tries to rush forward. Sleep Dart, however, will shut him down for the time being. Now the anti-nade goes across as well, so this Brigida will fall. Jasmine claiming the kill. Lee Sumin now going to be joining him in the grave, and that is just going to be the OT starting to bleed down. Primal. Austria comes back through, antied out, however, Prophet dead. They're running out of tools, they're running out of players, and they're running out of time. It will bleed down. They get close to B. The hold is successful. Panthera deny them the objective.
Yeah, I mean, A was a complete clown show, unfortunately, for Panthera. They let that one go almost instantly. Seoul Dynasty paired on the payload, or paired on the point itself, capped it away. The early points of B as well were pretty one-sided for the Dynasty, and well, I say one-sided not in terms of just skills, but in terms of being able to push that payload along, getting distance. And this is some of the dives that we saw a little bit early on, where that after that moment we had the 3v3, so nice and up killing double supports. 3v3, in that 3v3 Seoul Dynasty got a little bit more payload push. Once the payload got to the end of the hill, into the end of the point, on the top of the hill I should say, that's when PANTHERA were able to dig their heels in, play full payload control, play super patiently, allow Seoul Dynasty to be the ones to waste their own time. Nice, just kind of chilling until his moment arrives.
Oh, now Dynasty needing to have an excellent defense of their own. I believe this is what we were seeing though from Infernal versus Spark, where it's a push just in front of B, hold comes through, and they full held. Does lightning strike twice with two different teams? It does. Be kind of wild to see. PANTHERA right now have this map in their hands to be able to try to tie this series up.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
No surprises, everything the same here, and the same starting positioning for Dynasty as well. Right up front, bit of extra damage for Easy Hunt. Start off about 10%, roughly ahead of Nice, maybe 9%.
Becky just going to be noted off here on the flank. Prophet spotting and keeping him honest. Dynasty operating on the high ground. Eventually, we'll need to swing around. Try to keep this one contested. Nice gets forced to translocate, and Jasmine starts occupying the point. The contest instantly there. Prophet being the one to arrive there first and foremost, but Easy Hunt gets taken down. Jasmine just stomping him. Finds that kill. Belfry now trying to get himself into the back line. Put some pressure here on the development Slave, but they widely do stay safe. Prophet download the dashboard. Becky trying to finish him off with that melee hit. Can't quite get it done. In the meantime, first hit going to be established here on the point for PANTHERA.
Should be a retake though. Dynasty have members alive. Easy Hunt's back. All 4 members, the remaining inside the train. They got to get onto point they have.
Sleep on the Jasmine. Will be able to keep it contested for the time being. Belfry low HP. Jasmine as well getting pumped up, and they're just 89% now with Becky nearly at a pulse bomb. Develop a bit further ahead towards that nano. Pressure applied. Belfry pushing forward into the fire station, looking to try to find some kills, and Jasmine's going to be taking down Prophet, finding that elimination. Stick goes in. That's going to be developed as well, eliminated, so very close, but a minute and a half now gone as the cleanups will come through. Some additional stagger found here from the side of the Dynasty. 2 ticks already. Looking very good here for the side of PANTHERA.
Yeah, well recovered by the Dynasty as well, because it was looking pretty tricky for them. Down to 4 members. Easy Hunt taken down early by Jasmine. The Dynasty had to make sure that if they were going to really retake that one, not to lose any other members, play super safe, allow 2 ticks to get away from them, go inside of the subway train itself, come back when the time is ready, and they have to really fight tooth and nail, lock PANTHERA up in the fire station, find the picks from then onwards, of which Prophet got 2. Now the long defense begins. 4 ultimates. Smith, nice.
EMP through, counter EMP, catches on to 3. Nice, going to be antied out. Let's take the translocator to safety. Keeps himself alive, but Easy Hunt now eliminated. Jasmine will follow up with that kill. Lisa Min eliminated as well. And that is just going to be the cap coming through. Go ahead and bump them up to 4 minutes just about. And yep, 4 minutes exact now. So you can get this payload rolling. Still a decent distance that they have to cover.
3 players from Dynasty didn't even get to use their ultimates, which is quite upsetting for that defense. They would have liked to have been able to pile them in, extend that defense a little bit longer, give themselves a real shot at winning. So you teed up the possibility of maybe the Dynasty full hold coming on through. Unfortunately, not going to be the case, as I think losing 2 ticks super early on definitely put the pressure on the team. And even when you look at PANTHERA, they didn't really have to spend too much.
And now let's go over to Belfry. Slay taken down early. Nice and developed as well. Just Belfry punching his way through. Eventually does come up with that elimination, so we'll slow the cart move for now.
Not bad for just a nano. And because the payload is right at the entrance, they can, you know, play on the rafters, see what Belfry is. They play quite aggressively. Be super annoying around the scaffolding as well.
Jasmine kind of corralled here onto the stairwell. Does pop that primal. See if he can try to segregate some of these supports, but no, the sleep dart will put him to bed. Woken up with the ante, jumps back out to safety. Does manage to stay alive, but doesn't get the targets that he was looking for. Good pressure applied there from the Dynasty to be able to find that. As the pulse bomb goes onto the bobble, so it doesn't actually get a stick. It doesn't get a kill. Prophet not finding anything in that regard. Now he's in a really rough position. Nice stopping on the chase for a brief little moment to get that hack across, and Becky is actually able to hound him down. So just find that kill at the very end. Bellisria now into the back line. Primal rolling. Becky gets the stick, but seemingly does die to it there. But that's still decent elimination to find, taking out the enemy Ana. Hard contested for the time being, but they might be able to get this push resumed once more.
Becky's done enough. He's opened the payload up completely for PANTHERA now. They're pushing through. EMP coming up next. Nice has it before Easy Hunt as well. They just want to tempo this one through, and they do. They even lock up Easy Hunt of that.
They're trying to get Bells through with that EMP. Doesn't find the kill. They do manage to get the rally out of Krillin here. Nano expiring on the opposite side. Now the EMP used. Jasmine melted down. Becky as well going to be taken out of the fray. They just look for a little bit more. Nice will take his exit. The rest of the squad. Just a bit of a rough position to be in here for the supports. Will inevitably fall as Slay will get taken down. Takes one with him for his troubles, but Hart dangerously close with a minute and 35 left to go. Ults pretty much unavailable on the side of PANTHERA. They're going to have to try to deal with this Nano.
A nice set of 3-man EMP there as well, but Easy Hunt fires back. No kills coming through from PANTHERA despite the EMP. They really wanted to tempo that one, and who could blame them? They were so close to the finish line. They just needed to get it across, and Nice was hoping he had a good EMP timing versus Easy Hunt. Easy Hunt didn't quite have one yet. Now Dynasty backs against the wall, but time is also really rough for PANTHERA, so this one's getting really close. As you mentioned, ultimate advantage for Dynasty, but they lose the Nano.
That they do. Nano might not even have to come into play, but Prophet does manage to equalize that one, gets a stick across, puts Jasmine down on low HP. He's 50% away from that Primal. Cart again, pushing.
Jasmine alive though. Slay, the only support there, keeping everyone alive. Now Develop comes on back, and Dynasty, because they've forced to attend to the payload, Jasmine cannot be converted upon. So he's in. The Primal is still available. PANTHERA, one last push here. That could have been a lot worse for PANTHERA indeed. Could have been worse for Dynasty as well. They lost these two men, but the trade-on to Develop was required for Dynasty to still stay in.
An extended overtime. EMPs could come through. Dive into Lee Min. He just sends it. Primal now available. Develop taken down. Primal's on the opposite side. Jasmine likely trying to clear the card as Bellisria is just keeping Slay busy.
Slay's the only
he
support.
Possibly can. He's zoned away. He is the only support, as you say. Jasmine now going to be coming to the rescue. Primal going to pop the rally out from Slay, trying to keep this one going. They need to get a touch here onto the cart. They do have it. The contest is going to be there. Overtime now going to be forced out. Prophet just looking to hold this thing, staying glued to the side of this fire truck. EMP, however, from Nice comes in. He gets taken down to the back end. Jasmine is well going to fall. Prophet finds Stupid. Krillin and Lee Min are out of the fray. 3 players left here for the side of Dynasty. 2 DPS and a tank. Prophet dealing with the pulse, but he's going to get taken down. The shield bash from Slay finds him. Now it's all on Easy Han and Bellisria, whose HP bar is getting lower and lower. Recall out. Becky looking for another target. Spots Easy Han, who's the lone person trying to keep things contested, but now Krillin will re-arrive. Lee Min swaps over onto Kiriko as well, just to try to keep them in this one. Eventually, they get zoned far enough off the cart. It actually manages to work. The extension comes through. The Dynasty somehow hold it to move up 2-0.
Wow. Dynasty, they have the respawn advantage right towards the end there as well. Really nicely played. Double EMPs coming on through. I'm still trying to remember. I think Nice drops in the EMP. It rakes across the Seoul Dynasty. Easy Khan possibly lost his EMP there, but I'm gonna have to go back and check. I'm not entirely sure what happened. And yeah, no, I think Easy Hunt straight up lost his EMP. Didn't catch anybody. Despite that, Dynasty still won the final fight, losing an EMP entirely, and there was no supports alive for the Seoul Dynasty. You play for a little bit of respawn advantage. Bellisria and Easy Hunt still living at the end. Krillin comes back and Lucio, and it's just barely enough.
That and the kitty coach being able to TP forward, get there that much faster makes the difference. They zone them away from the cart, they get the win, and Dynasty are able to move up 2-0, but still damn close, down to the wire. We'll see how they fare though, and whether or not they can close it out, continue this day of 3 Overwatch with a victory on Escort. PANTHERA will be able to find their footing just a bit firmer, pick up a map win to extend this one. We're gonna go to a quick little break. We'll come back and the action will resume. We are back, and Dynasty are on the precipice now of getting their first match victory here in the second half of the season. They're 2-0 up over PANTHERA after a nail-biter finish there on the side of Midtown, but can they close it on Escort with Dorado on the horizon? We'll have to just wait and see.
Not only just their first win, but possibly a sweep as well, as the 3 Overwatch day is poised to continue, is what it seems like at least. PANTHERA, man, they've had some reasonable moments. Looked really good on Sanctuary, although I think that's partially due to Dynasty's strange team composition at the time. The defense on B for Midtown was really nicely played, but then the A defense was a complete juxtaposition of how good the B was. A was a complete disaster, and then attacking side, there is a possibility they could have won that last fight as well. But unfortunately, zoned off the payload, failed to get the final touch in there, losing to Respawners. They even had a better EMP, cancelled Easy Huns one out, really nicely played in there. Now we're looking at some tracer stats between Becky and Prophet, where all said and done, pretty close at the end of the day.
A very close. Prophet only getting the edge in final blows, as well as slightly less deaths, so staying alive a bit more there. Obviously paramount, but nowhere close to the performance that we saw yesterday from the legs of Zest. But you know, that's pretty much, you're not going to be able to replicate that. But we've got Dorado coming up now. We'll see how they fare moving into this one and what the comps are going to be looking like. Likely to be very similar to what we have been seeing, but maybe someone will be cheeky enough to run a sniper, perhaps.
Some time ago, teams also considered D.Va here, but of the tanks, I think only Jasmine would really look towards it. Jasmine's really shaped up his hero pool as well, because previously an off-tank player has looked pretty reasonable on the Winston today. Gotta be honest, 3k primal on Busan, not bad. That's what I'm saying, right? PANTHERA have had some reasonable moments. He's had some good moments. Saw the stats there, competitive, even beating Prophet in various amounts of stats. Good pulse bombs that we saw on Midtown. PANTHERA put it together. Can they get this 5-man unit together to get an actual map win?
They've been so very close. Even just that one round on Busan, very much getting away from them. So it's been right on the edge of finding that victory. And can they get it now? As for the time being, Nice is flashing the Echo. That's a very OG pick for him.
Oh, he might lock it because, you know, I don't know if people remember me saying this from yesterday, but on Dorado, especially for A rooftops right at the beginning of the point, Echo, really good hero. If you want to play aggressively for the first point defense, and it seems like PANTHERA do, this is the ideal comp to play through. I do believe that the Echo falls off a little bit for the back half of A, but the front half, extremely strong.
Quick destroyer there on the teleporter, yep. Easy Hunt not finding anything there. Just going to be swapping over to the Sombra now, as Nice continues to just rain down hell from above.
And Easy Hunt, by the way, could have opted for sniping out of spawn as well, knowing that there's an Echo now.
Yeah.
Could have rolled out on the Widow and the Ashe after the teleporter failed, but
go for a Cassidy.
Sombra. I think the Cassidy might be a little bit less direct versus Nice.
They're trying to pressure him here, but at every twist and turn, jump up onto the high ground. Nice just looks to pressure them back. Expect that most of Develop's ult charge is going to be coming there over onto the Echo, but they cannot keep him alive. Not sure exactly what happened, but either way.
Hacked and grounded, I think.
Yeah, seems like the most likely culprit. Didn't quite see the hack go off, but either way, a very good opening kill to be found, and now the floodgates have opened. It's like going to be taken down. They've identified Develop's position. The Bionade is not going to dissuade them whatsoever. They will find those kills. They will find Jasmine, and they will likely find a cap on A.
Nice is going to retain this Echo, so I was thinking like, okay, you lose the first part of A, this will be the right time to swap if you do want to swap.
Oh,
not going to happen. Really wants to hold on to some of the duplication. As Seoul Dynasty are out to get towards the fountain, and towards the end of the point, contenders PANTHERA still waiting for the retake.
Jump forward. Neck and neck as far as the primal charge is concerned here is Jasmine. Pulse bomb into the back line. Prophet looking for the kill. Not going to be able to find it, but Bellsreal will once more take down Nice before he can get that duplicate online. And like you said, after this point, does the Echo really find that much value? Getting up to 80% and then having to sack that ult charge to swap over to something else definitely feels pretty damn bad. As another quick cap comes through here onto A. Recent Men going to be slept, going to be absolutely destroyed, but it doesn't matter now. He's just fast run back. Developing a bit of a rough spot, kind of pinned. Looks like he will be able to exit the side room though. So will keep his life intact. Belstria not wanting to overextend here. It seems like Nice is going to stick on this.
He's locked in. He's 95%. I mean, you're so close to an ultimate. At this point, you just kind of have to roll through with it, play the ultimate through, go for a swap later. It's not bad on B. I think the back half of A sucks, but B is kind of reasonable for the Echo, so I could even see him staying on it a little bit longer. It's just that PANTHERA has struggled to really get anything done with the ult so far.
Well, EMP onto the high ground, and EasyHan is dead, as is Belstria, so that one completely falls apart here for EasyHan. Lee Min taking a bit of damage, tucking away behind the fountain to try to stay safe. Kills will go towards him. And given the proximity to the spawner, even you would suspect that they're going to be okay, but DeVelop actually manages to find him. Really good late kill now being found. Main thing for contenders from PANTHERA from here is to not die. They're still going to commit the nano, however, to this one as he charges forward, finds Grill, and the staggers continue.
Yeah, they want to keep getting these kills, and for now, they are getting some kills. Nano keep Nice alive, and the hack will take him down. No chance to duplicate that. I think Nice would have gone for it as well. Unfortunate death, but payload started sliding backwards, so PANTHERA didn't lose too much there. Wasted a bit of time from the Seoul Dynasty. Even better would be if they forced Seoul Dynasty ult, but they couldn't quite get that done.
Hard again now, moving forward. They fought themselves about 1 minute and 20. Decent little time by there. Both support ults committed. Definitely does hurt. It's Becky. Pops a recall back over the cart, forces one out of Profit as well. Still taking damage, has to break line of sight, pulling back away to keep himself safe. Now, the Duke is going to be invested. Goes over towards Nice, adding another Ana into the mix. Sleep Dart gets the connection here onto EasyHan. They're looking for the elimination, but he still somehow translocates away. And then, okay, Becky will find him at the end, all the same. Nancy on the Jasmine. Good amount of pressure being applied. He's going to go ahead, re-aggress forward once more as Belstria gets taken down. Support's just completely separated from the rest of the team.
They can get the rest. Should be staggers.
Really good splitting. Coming through here is Krillin. Continues to go low, but they're actually going to be using the nano. At least with the melee hit will take down Slay. Belstria takes out Nice as well. Prophet's pulse bomb not going to find anything, but this nano onto Krillin actually completely turns the tide of the fight. Prophet scooping up 2 in the back end. It's an extended team kill, and the cart's still pushing forward. I don't know how the Dynasty got themselves out of this.
Wow, it was just a nano onto Krillin. I'm not going to say that there was a bait onto PANTHERA. I think Dynasty should have been team wiped there, but
yeah,
PANTHERA failed to be able to clean up the last few members. It was like 3 members, no Belstria alive, a couple of supports. And it could have gone poorly for Dynasty. We're like, okay, you nano and you lose anyway, but they actually got the team wipe on PANTHERA, so I want to say it's a pretty big fumble on PANTHERA's part.
Slay got noted there. Or Slay noted EasyHan, rather. And yeah, now certainly has been spotted. Sleep Dart going to get drawn out there as he translocates back. EMP still at the ready. Gets back into the stealth. And I mean, given where Slay
again.
Developer, yeah, where they're positioned, and
it's just taking so long. EasyHan's been revealed a couple times now. He just can't get his EMP off.
But the supports just aren't really in a diveable position because they're back in the doorway. And now you can say Slay is, and yeah, okay. As soon as he rushes forward, trying to offer up some help with that rally, the EMP comes through, instantly shut it down. Another team kill comes in.
He's not in a double position until he is, when he rallies up and walks forward. 3 gets caught in the EMP, and EasyHan is going to be rewarded for the patience. Forced patience, I might add, because he's kind of again got revealed a couple of times in that fight. On time, but Seoul Dynasty finally get the cap, and now towards C. Lack of snowball potential. They'll have it again once they have the nano available, but for now, PANTHERA in a decent position to play aggressively with Jasmine. Primal available, gets the bailout.
Turn the back. Pulse bomb, not going to be commit. There it is. Gets it in behind the shield. Becky with a nice kill. Develop going to be turned on the opposite side, and Prophet finds Slay as well. Becky, however, takes down both the supports to equalize the count, but with Jasmine falling. The advantage very much here in the hands of the Dynasty for the time being, but the run back a bit faster for PANTHERA. Cart in the meantime has been inching forward steadily. Still gaining some distance. Becky dead now. A lot of firepower gone. Nice forced out.
Yeah, Becky dying at that time was quite inopportune. Becky did set up the defense, so if it wasn't for Becky, PANTHERA would be in a really bad spot right now. Jasmine held on to Primal from the last death, didn't want to use it. The payload is now moving along, as PANTHERA had to wait a little bit for Becky.
We're just poking and prodding, just zapping from the flank. Jasmine up above Prophet. Pulse bomb in, does find Develop. Slay now. Lone healer as the cart continues to glide forward. The contest needs to come through here sooner rather than later. It's just moving up. Does the touch come in? It finally does. It's going to be Nice and Becky with no HP, keeping this in contested. Now Slay arrives. Now Jasmine comes in. The Primal's already been rolling. His supports are just getting cleaned up. The primal expires, and that's just going to be him getting taken down and the cap coming through. A sleep guard to develop, but yeah, not long for this world. Ends up dying. 53 seconds remaining. And the Dynasty will be able to push their way with relative ease in this final stretch all the way to C.
Look, PANTHERA didn't see 9, but what they did do is still forget the payload. Jasmine diving super deep on the primal, was thinking maybe his team could just hold the payload, but the rest of Seoul Dynasty is like, all right, well, you have fun in your little 1v1, and the rest of us are going to move this cart along. Let's take a look at that 3-man EMP for a little bit earlier on. Slays in the open.
Yeah.
Sadly, you see Becky even diving straight into Easy Hunt as well. That one wasn't even intended, but take those 100% of the time. Back to this final point. Yeah, Seoul Dynasty, they just ignored Jasmine, went for the rest of PANTHERA, finished off the push, and by the time Jasmine re-arrives to touch the payload, it's basically gone.
Well, no win condition this time around here for PANTHERA. Have to make it to the end of the map. And that's Escort. They can do it with any amount of time remaining or in OT, but still need to be able to get to the end, something that they were not able to do on Midtown. Looks like Nice. Again, going to be looking to push forward here with this Echo right off the rip.
Attacking side is not as good as the defense, so what it will allow Nice to do is really challenge for those rooftops. As you can see, that's where Seoul Dynasty will initially begin their defense, but they won't end it there. Profit and Bellasri will also camping the teleporter spot as well, making sure that it can't be used. As more teams wisen up to that, less teams are actually going to go for the teleport, as we see.
Easy on here around the back. Beam looking to take out Bellasria, but just not enough damage to actually finish off that Winston. Sticky bombs to try to zone Lisa Min off his angle. Decent amount of space opened up. Looking towards Easy Han, has now been noted somewhere off screen. You can hear him firing off to the right-hand side as Jasmine gonna get slept, antied. Damage follow-up, however, not there, and with Bellasria also getting antied out, just cannot continue to pursue. So both Winstons have to go their separate ways, and for now the cart can move forward here.
That's the thing, with Bellasria back, he's not dead, but he is forced away. That is the impetus to allow PANTHERA to make some realistic payload push going. Because otherwise, Bellasria was kind of being annoying that back line, dropping down from the rooftops, jumping back up, cycling their bubble cooldown. I'm going to move over towards the back end of A. Nano's coming online. Lee Su-min's going to have it first, but not before Proper gets a pulse.
Nice low ground flank. Trying to put some pressure down here onto Krillin. It's back up into the skies, though. It's been building up steadily towards his duplicate, which maybe could be the breaking point here for them to really breach these defenses. Oh, it's nice. Okay, just get hacked out. Finds the headshots on the Prophet, but will be traded back. Easy on. Just collecting that kill. A couple tags on the bells for it. Just goes ahead and dips out. Becky now also pulse bomb online. He's been pretty damn clean with it so far here today. Dive into the back line. They're looking for Krillin. Nano's going to be forced. Lee Su-min just looking to help keep him alive. He's still holding. Hasn't used it yet, but that's just going to be a nano for a nano. Pulse bomb from Prophet gets Becky.
Wow.
And I need to see that one again. We saw, I mean, a tracer on tracer pulse bomb yesterday from Zest on the leave. Now we see one here from Prophet onto Becky. Definitely not the most common thing that you see. Nice to be broken out of that dupe. Doesn't get too much thunder with the Ana. Can't build up for another nano boost. Bellasria now playing forward. Gets the isolate here on the site, just juggling him into the corner, pushes him back out into the open. Now turns the sights towards develop. Jasmine in the meantime, however, to get Lee Su-min. Now goes to chase, just try to keep Bellasria back. Looks like they want to delay the recontest here for just a brief little moment, but it's getting closer and closer. EMP into the back line. Sleep Dart comes across. Develop not going to get punished off that one. Pulse bomb stick. Bellasria is dead. Becky opens it up, and the cap comes through just shy of 4 minutes here. PANTHERA managed to get their way to A.
Yeah, Becky not perturbed by losing to Prophet's pulse bomb a little bit earlier on. Now PANTHERA will make their way through. Pulse bomb onto Bellasria, and it's going to be further staggered kills.
I mean,
as somebody's on the payload getting a solo.
Does he actually
Mike's
get out
dying
of
here is that's going to cause PANTHERA to have to be forced backwards now. They can't move forward any longer.
Chasing up, just really wanting to get Krillin, especially as he was antied in the bank. All on his lonesome, but the kill on the Nice gets rid of the damage. He manages to survive and doesn't have to use that rally.
So, given that they're still on the Echo here, and again, I think Echo is fine on B, They need to do a really good job of pressuring this high ground. This entire opening short lane has to be in control of the Dynasty. Nice, almost got one clip by Prophet there.
He's alive a little bit longer, but the follow-up tag here from Lee Soo-min does take him down. And that pressure getting alleviated just a bit. Anti-nade lobbed in, managing to find two. They would love to get one of them, and that's actually going to use the nano here. Develop pushes that over towards Slay, and he manages to utilize it to take down Prophet. Further pressure peeled up at the side of PANTHERA. Becky still in deep. 42 HP and a dream. Turns the sights over, grabs that mega pack. Would have loved to have gotten that pulse bomb through onto Krillin, but instead we'll just keep it pocketed for the time being as Lee Soo-min under some fire. Jasmine still does get slept, but nice above with a beam. Takes him down. Pulse bombs now when Krillin's eliminated. That is going to be both supports out of the fight. Belshria trying to stay alive to get the primal online, but just cannot do so. Has to go for a reset. It's just not that much time to actually try to get a recontest, and I think they have to concede it.
Depends how close to the rest of the members can they nano Krillin onto the point. I think they will. Certainly going to rally. That means you're going for it.
Yeah, rallies in
next.
first. Nano still here. And Wiley, it's just PANTHERA backing away, respecting this one.
Yeah. Well, they're just not going to play into the rally at all. I think if they played that one, they could have also forced up the nano, and then you can retreat.
Back onto Slay in the back line. The card gets closer, but Slay now dead. Anti on the tune develop, falling lower. Nice. Drops in, gets the sleep across. Nano still rolling though. Krillin trying to stay alive, but he won't be able to do so. Becky eventually joins in alongside Jasmine, helps take him down. EMP still committed, however, now the Nano online. Nice able to build that one up with a dupe. Sends it towards Jasmine. Receives it. Comes back to the cart to try to recontest this one, to try to move it forward. They just got 1.63 meters left to go, but Jasmine now going to fall. And all the ults committed to the fight here from the side of PANTHERA end up coming up short.
Wow. Yeah, Jasmine down, full reset. Chip starts to fall. Extra nano coming through from Lee Soo-min, the EMP from EasyHan. Dynasty get the miraculous B point holders, looking very capable from PANTHERA. That would be really bad if Prophet goes down here. Time is a huge factor. Remember, PANTHERA have to finish the map, so it's not comfortable sitting on a minute. They're only going to get 1.5 minutes for capping B, and
nope.
Well, that's a very long range pulse. I don't know about that.
Yeah, trying to lob it. Develop just easily sidesteps that one to the left. Right from his perspective. Belshria up onto the high ground, just looking to try to keep, I believe, Slay Zone back. Actually, no, it's both of them. Sleep Dart, however, will come through. He gets woken up. Looks for a little bit more. Jasmine, in the meantime, taken down as the supports are occupied. Belshria just looks to maintain control of this position, not give them access. 28 seconds now left to go. 3 ults to work with. Nice, getting closer to the dupe. Closest thing here for Dynasty is that nano.
I think they're going to have to really spend up hard here because we're definitely going to get the Lee Soo-min nano coming into this play as well. A little bit longer than that will be EasyHan.
Cart's rolled back decently as well.
Oh, that's huge.
Take it down. That is a monstrous bio into the beam there from Neist. Plays that right off the back perfectly. Krillin out, taken down. That's both supports dealt with. Do they even bother to contest this one? Looks like the answer is going to be no this time around. Belshria just wants to try to get his way out to safety. It seems like he will be able to do so, but an extra lease on life, 1.5 minutes to try to get to the end of the map. Unless they can really steamroll their way through, and they're going to get him. It's such a huge stagger.
Yeah.
Allows them to get through the opening gateway.
And that's gigantic. That is like if Dynasty actually went for the recontest, but even worse because Belshria, it's about as late as you can possibly die there.
They didn't have to use
Prophet's
too many
got to be
ults
careful
either.
not to follow because Prophet would have to be another player getting staggered out if he goes down. And you're right, in terms of ultimates, they didn't have to use too much because Lee Soo-min died that fight.
Okay, EMP from EasyHan. Instantly finds both supports. A little bit further delay, stopping the card from getting around the final corner. Nice down on the back end. They look for a little bit of extra stagger here.
They can't afford to really get too delayed here because, again, they got to finish the map, and one lost fight is about the maximum you can really allow here. One more fight lost, it's done. So this one's going to be it. They're thankful they have more ultimates. They're thankful they only use the 1 nano to get past B. 4 whole ultimates now, but they've lost positioning. That was the consequence of losing the last fight on C.
Well, not done yet. Nano off the rip, probably with a pulse bomb. Not going to find anything. Becky's still holding on to his own. See when that comes into play as the anti flips on the Belshria. He comes back over towards the cart. Push way up into the air here as this on a sleep dart. Tries to get that one moving in behind the shield. Not quite going to happen. It's a low ground. Instead, it's just offering up some extra healing here towards Jasmine. Now going to be antied out, but still has that primal to rely on. Shots across. Krillin, EasyHan going to be taking down Lee Soo-min. Also out of the fight, the cart once again pushing forward. Jasmine going to be expiring. Belshria doesn't use his.
Okay, one more fight. That's fine. It's one more fight. He's
Still
trying
on
to
the
min-max
Mercy.
this one right now. The res. They're going for the res.
He reses Velostree to get him back into the fight a little bit faster. Does he stick through with this? No, he's going to swap back over to the Brigitte. Nano at the ready here from Develop. The one ultimate that they have to work with. It goes towards Jasmine. Velostree on the opposite side. Looking to juggle them here in the hallway, but he's falling so low, and he can't get out. And I don't think anybody else... No, they don't touch! They don't touch the cart!
Wait.
It's the Dynasty! The Dynasty won! They were all distracted by Velostree in the hallway. Then no one touches the cart, and they just completely C9 it.
Huh? Excuse me? What?
Oh,
no,
dear
that didn't
Lord.
happen, right? Wait, really? What? I thought we were going to time bank.
No, there is no time bank. The time bank doesn't exist. It is a figment of our imagination.
Please.
Oh,
my brain.
Oh God.
My
Prophet
brain
of Velostree
requires
in the
nano
cam.
boost. Huh?
I'm in.
I gotta see it back. I gotta see it back. Oh yeah, they just. I mean, Velostree is dead, but there's like 3 people on him. Yeah, the other 2 members. What happened to the rest of the team?
I have.
There were 5 members alive on PANTHERA, and Jasmine was nano boosted as well. Jasmine was nano boosted. 5 members were alive. Where was everyone? Where did everyone go?
This has just inflicted so much psychic damage to me. I want to scream, but I have neighbors and a wife in my apartment here, so I can't. But internally, I am shrieking. My mental vocal cords have been shattered.
I need a top-down view of that. That's one of those ones where like a normal replay wouldn't even cut it. You need like a top-down replay. I just want to know where everyone went. Where did everyone go?
They went into the hallway. They were all distracted by the big monkey.
Only 3 people went to the hallway.
Then I don't
Where
know.
were the other 2?
Screw it. Hey, Prophet's player of the match.
He played really well. He did.
He did. He did play well.
And you know what? I hope the pulse bomb kill to Becky makes it into this because I want to know how he got that. I'm hoping it was
yes.
good.
That would be nice to see. I would love to see that, and if we could just work the C9 into the highlights as well, just
work the C9 into the highlights.
We'll treat it as like a top-down
highlight.
view. It's like, oh, it's a top-down view of what Prophet's doing, but also captures the C9. Then that would be great.
Velostree used a taunt ability, and it was super effective.
Can we reschedule Dreamers versus Shanghai? I don't know if I can continue after this.
Go into your neighbor's house and stream. That way your wife won't hear you, but your neighbors will.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm at a loss for words. We'll just watch Prophet doing some Prophet things. Pretty clean with it
really
across the board.
Though.
Yeah.
I think you look at that moment in the High House as well. He opens that up. 2K. It's a bunch of really nice Prophet moments that we saw today. In case anyone ever needs a reminder that Prophet is still good in 2023. What, 7 years down the line?
There's never a doubt in my mind. And it would be something like that. I mean, his first championship was 2018. No, it was 2017. Yeah, 2017. Never mind. End of 2017. Apex Season 4. Yeah, man's still very good. And, he decided he needed to take a break. He needed to reset. And, oh, there it is.
That's not bad.
He just
take those.
corralled him. He just got him stuck in the doorway and just absolutely...
Yeah, activated his trap card.
Yeah. My mental is so broken from that C9.
That's good. I'm still
almost
trying to figure it out too.
I almost just said so many things about that Prophet pulse bomb that would have gotten me fined. So anyway, really good performance from Prophet.
My mind was like, yeah, we're going to time bank. Why does it say Seoul Dynasty 1? Well, aren't we going to time bank?
The game engine must be broken.
Yeah, was there a bug in the game? Why did it say Seoul? Oh, it didn't make any sense to me. We'll find out.
Yep.
Well, Seoul Dynasty 3-0 sweep. They did it. 3-0
sweep. The interview is ready, so we'll go ahead and get ready to hear from Prophet and hear how he feels after this series.
Probably quite good.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of seeing it from him and Velostree in the camera, flashing just the peace sign to everybody. But let's go ahead and hand it over to Unknown for the translation.
Congrats on your win. 선생님! Hello. 안녕하세요. 예, 안녕하세요. 예,
Hey.
승리 축하드립니다.
안녕하세요.
네,
Congrats
소감
on
좀
your win.
부탁드릴게요.
How do you feel?
네, 좋네요.
Well, it definitely feels good.
끝인가요?
네.
네, 그렇군요. 저 승리했으니까 당연히 좋을 수밖에 없죠.
아 근데 무슨 느낌인지 알 것 같아서 저는.
I think I know how that
아까
feels.
저희가 봐 웃잖아요.
He's also laughing over
그러니까
there.
프로피 선수 오늘 뭐 POTM도 받고 트레이서 잘했어요. 잘한 건 맞지만 진짜 아까 말씀해 주셨던 거 정말 승리 당했다. 뭔가 이런
So,
느낌에서
I mean,
선수들도
Player of the match is all good and all, but I think that smile is really from,
그런 상황인
you
것
know,
같아요.
그래서
getting
신가요까지
one
한번
rather than
물어봤어요.
winning.
더
I think
나오진 않았었고.
a little bit
어쨌든 뭐
Panthera
오늘
won it for them.
3대0 승리를
So I think that's
거뒀는데
kind of what's on his smile right now.
2세트도 그렇고 3세트도 그렇고 마지막 순간에 이제 C9이 나왔어요. 그때 뭐 선수들끼리 뭐 이야기했던 거라든지
So
그때
we
상황을
actually
한번
had
말씀해 주실 수
two
있나요?
C9s, both in map 2 and 3. So what were the comms
C9가
like
C9이었어.
over there? Was map 2 a C9?
3세트는 제가 거점을 받고 있었는데
네.
상대가 안 맞는 거 보고 야 C9이다 이렇게 했고 2세트는 C9인지 몰랐어요.
아,
So
그렇군요.
in map 3 we were like, hey, I'm on the payload, they're
뭐 제가
not, so
C9이라고
it's definitely a C9, and we were ready to type C9 in chat, but I didn't know that map 2 was a C9.
그냥 명목상 한번 그냥 말씀드린 거였는데 뭐 어쨌든 예, 이렇게 연속으로 좀 나오게 됐어요. 자, 어제 아쉽게 패배를 했지만 오늘 승리 챙기게 되면서 1승 1패 이렇게 기록을 하게 됐습니다. 그래도 초반에 판테라 상대로 승리를 거둬서 이번 서머 스테이지 이 다음 경기들을 봤을 때
It must be
오늘
definitely a
그래도 잘
relief for you that because you lost yesterday and you leveled things up with a win on Panthera today. So any thoughts on that?
저희가 많이 부족하지 않다.
I think we still have a long way to go. Although we did win today, yet, like even in yesterday's game and also in today's game, there were things that we definitely should work on. So we have a long way to go.
비밀이라 말할 수 없어요.
아 저는 프로피 선수.
So how are you planning to kind of like work on address those
워낙에
things?
장난을 잘
I think, of
치고
course, it's a
웃잖아요.
아, 근데 팬분들이 사실 어제는 많이 아쉬워하셨어요. 근데 오늘은 그래도 기분 좋게 좀 보셨을 것 같은데 팬분들께 좀 한마디 해주시죠. 많이
So your fans
걱정을
must
하고
be kind of like on
계시더라고요.
the roller coaster because they were disappointed yesterday. They definitely should be happy today. So do you have any messages to the fans?
다음 주 경기는 두 번 다 이기도록 할 테니까 많은 응원 부탁드리고 항상 감사합니다.
So next week we'll win 2
다음
matches
경기가
instead of
이제
1. So keep supporting us and thank you
오투와의
as
대결이
always.
기다리고 있거든요. 그 팀들한테 좀 한마디 해주신다면.
So any messages to the teams that you're going against next week?
삼조가 최근에 제가 보기엔 저희가 이제 이길 수 있을 것 같거든요. 그래서 다음 주
So based on our practices and scrims,
혹시
I
뭐 근거가
think
있다면
we should be able to beat you guys. So beware.
여쭤봐도 될까요?
그것 또한 비밀입니다.
그렇군요. 비밀.
So any pre-match preparations?
전략
That's also a secret.
조심해야 되거든요.
아, 전략 노출.
네.
오케이 알겠습니다. 더 묻지 않도록 하겠습니다. 자, 어쨌든 오늘 승리 축하드리고 프로피 선수 POTM에서 선정이 됐는데 다음 POTM도 한번 기대해봐도 좋을까요?
So congrats on your win today and also your play of the match. Can we expect more play of the match performances from you? Me? You're asking me that? I mean, of course.
네,
I mean,
아니가 오늘
what else do I?
부착이 너무 잘
What else do I say?
오늘 별로 못 고쳤어요.
그래요?
금손까지.
오.
확실히 이 프로피 선수가 롱런하는 이유가 여기서 보이네요.
그러면 본인이 생각했을 때 어느 정도 붙여야지 그래도 오늘 좀 붙였다 막 잘 붙였다.
So about your pulse bombs,
요렇게
what do you what kind of do you think is the standard for you to see a good attach rate?
60-70%.
About like 60 to 70% is what I would
거의
think is
신기급
good attach rates for
느낌인데
pulse
거의
bombs.
60-70% 정도는.
아 그렇죠.
At least in
근데
my
이게 프로피
standards.
선수라면 또 불가능한 것도 아닌 게 또 아나랑 브리기테가 주로 나오는데.
I think that's a.
브리기테
I
부착하기.
mean, for profit, if we're talking about
편하긴
profit,
하잖아요.
I think that's
그래서
also
불가능한 수치는 아닌 것
not
같다.
an impossible
네.
task for
그러면
profit.
다음 주에
장식님?
네? 뭐라고요?
편하진 않죠, 장식님.
편하지 않대잖아요.
편하게
So
하셔야죠.
그렇군요.
Changshik, you're not as comfortable.
알겠죠.
Like you're so.
저기 전화로 싸우실래요, 둘이?
끝나고 연락하세요.
What do you guys
끝나고 제가
Would you guys
전화-
rather
전화로
put this
한번
conversation
드리고.
privately, guys?
연락하는 걸로.
네, 어쨌든 그러면 다음 주에 한 60-70% 진짜 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다.
So
선수.
we'll expect like a 60 to 70%
감사합니다.
attach
네,
rate
알겠습니다. 다음 주에
next week.
뵙겠습니다.
Thanks for the interview, and back to you, Seth.
네, 지금까지
Thank you very much, Unknown, for the translation. As per usual, always good to hear from Prophet, especially when he is in high spirits. Seems like the break has worked some magic for him. Gets himself a player of the match here for the second match now in this second half of the season. But anyway, we need a break to shake off everything that just occurred at the end of that match. So we're going to go ahead, take a quick little one, and then get ready for Dreamers versus Shanghai Dragons. Shanghai hot off that win just yesterday versus the Dynasty. We'll see if they can get themselves a second one here when we come back from the break, so do not go anywhere.